All right. Good day, everybody, and welcome right here to my Facebook Live. Today, we are going to talk about price forecasting in Forex market. And also today, if you get a chance, we're going to have a look on how to screen the stocks in Bursa Malaysia and how we get to start to find opportunity if we can trade. Hi, once again, everybody. Ezone Constantine right here, the founder of Quant Solution and the Ultimate Forex Program. Today, we're going to have fun in our learning. And for those who just are joining me live today, right now, just say hello to me and just say hi to me. Just type there on the Facebook comment. Where are you guys listening me live right now? Okay. Okay. Give me a moment, guys. All right. Okay, guys, can you hear me? If yes, just go ahead and type in the chat box. Let me know. Okay, just let me know, guys. Can you guys hear me? All right. If yes, just go ahead and type in the chat box. Let me know. Okay. All right. So we just get started right here, and just now give me about few seconds just to check whether you guys are live with me right now. And once again, everybody, today is Monday, 23rd of November. It's very interesting for us to start our week today to see what is going on with the market. Okay. Now, before we go through that, and let me share with you guys what do I have here. Okay, so a little bit of what I see with the market for this week. Okay, just give me a moment. All right, guys, can you hear me? Okay, guys, for those who just watching me, those who just happen to watch me live, can you guys give me a little bit feedback? So I just want to check whether you guys can hear me and you guys can see me right now. If yes, just go ahead and type in the chat box. And if possible, those who can hear me as well, don't forget to tell me, guys, where are you listening to me live right now? Okay, so let me have a look what I can share here right now. Okay, guys, if you guys can hear me clearly, do chat at the Facebook comment. Okay, kepada sesiapa yang saja baru join dengan Ezone, selamat malam semua. Hari ini adalah malam Isnin dan kita tengok apakah pergerakan untuk pasaran mata wang asing, dan jika dia beri kesempatan, saya akan share dengan you all lah macam mana kita buat screening atau kita buat proses penyaringan untuk melihat saham-saham yang berpotensi. Alright. So before we go through that, just to let you all know, this is to all our gold member normally that we share. Okay, so every week we write this newsletter here to share with them about what possible of the price movement that we think of, and I just can go through this with you guys. And normally to all our member, we'll give this part of the package as well. And those who want to know more about how to become a UFP gold member, later on I will share with all of you as well on how you all can get this news letter, okay, by being part of the gold member. Okay, I just want to go quick here. Last week we see that about the general market all over the world. Okay, we first of all we look at the Dow Jones index last week. The gap up is still remains solid here. Okay, this is a Dow Jones index, and for those who do not know Dow Jones index, Dow Jones is combination of all the 30 giant stock market in the world. And will the index also affecting the stock market? Yes, the correlation is about 30 to 40%. Okay, so it does when the Dow Jones doing pretty much fine. There's a little bit impact towards the US dollar. But the good news about the Dow Jones, since after the US presidential election, the market really is going up high. So that's mean the Wall Street really welcoming Joe Biden here, possible as the U.S. president in U.S. Okay, but all the official announcement will be happen on January, as you all know, right? As you all know, Donald Trump is not an easy person. He will not give up. Okay, so Donald Trump right now also running investigation and saying that Joe Biden is involved in fraud, in voting fraud. There's a corruption happening. So this is still under investigation. But this is what make U.S. president election during this presidential election is interesting. But the most important part is what is the feedback or how the Wall Street is reacting to this. And if you guys can see here, last week there's a very strong gap up, even in the following week. Okay, right now, if you guys can see right now, this gap automatically can become a support. So at a 29,108, okay, still remains steady. Now we will see that this index of 30,000 right here will be break, and this is all-time high. Okay, this is really all-time high. All right, so world indexes last week is a bit mixture in closing. Okay, so last week a little bit drop of 200 points of the Dow Jones. S&P dropped also about 24 points. Nasdaq dropped a little bit about 78 points, but the DAX and the FTSE is doing fine. Nikkei is dropped a little bit. So, but overall, it's still in the bullish trend. All right. So the market take a little bit breather last week. Now we look a bit on what happening to gold last week, and as I mentioned to all of you, I see a very clear descending triangle here. Okay, let me have a look on the Facebook comment. Farid Jai say loud and clear. Okay, very good. Okay, so it's good. Thank you very much for you guys feedback and comment here. And guys, for those who just joined me here, once again, everybody, good evening and welcome right here to my show. And don't forget to say hi. Okay, normally you guys come here, right? Just say hi to me and tell me where you guys listening to me. Today we're just going to have fun and relax in our learning. Okay, and let's have a look here. For the goal, I would like you all to have a look on this. Okay, as you all know, now the stock market start to rising up, so that's mean people start to have maybe the market will have a little bit less interest already in the gold and start to shift already back to stock market. So this is what happened. The wealth is just transferred from one instrument to another instrument. So that is the reason knowledge is very important. Okay, so you have a knowledge right here, you know what to do. So every time, it doesn't matter it's crisis or whatsoever, okay, it's still gonna give you guys a chance. Okay, so let me have a look here. I'm reading the Facebook comment. Zar Ian, hi guys. Kevin Chia say hi sir. Cole Asian say hello sir. Tai Wee Kyung say good evening brother. Hey buddy, how are you? It's been some times. All right, it's nice to have you, brother Wee Kyung here. Okay, let me have here. We have Sis Susan. Say good evening. You all makan already? Yeah, makan already, right? Hey guys, today I just want to share with you all a bit before I talk about the goal, right? Today quite shocking, right? If you guys see the number of the COVID-19 cases in Malaysia, the number is like 1,800. I think the juice of after 14 days screening, now the numbers start to show the real number. Okay, so yeah, you will see the number is going to be high a little bit. It's going to go up. I think it's going to go up to 2000 to 2005, and right after that, with all this CMCO right here, the curve will be slowly flattening. Malaysia is going to take some times for this. So as you all know, uh, we have several doctors here that predict that this thing is going to go until the end of next year, 2021. So a lot of predictions showing that probably next year, 2021, only we will see something is a bit stability in terms of business, okay, COVID vaccine, and many more. Okay, and if you guys found out right, this COVID, just to be frank, since this COVID-19 cases happening, okay, a lot of things that we cannot do. If you all realize that you cannot simply go out, you cannot run your meeting with your friend as normal. Because you see, we are human, we like to socialize, right? So if you guys can see right now, businesses also affected, and as you know that there's two big airline in Malaysia is affected as well. So you all know one of the big airline in Malaysia is called Malaysia Airlines, as you all know that they request a government help about 1.2 billion. Same goes with Air Asia right now, also facing the same thing. All right. So all Malaysian right here, in order for this number to continue drop, all of us have playing a very important role here. Okay. Yeah, the real breakout of this COVID is 100% because of, if you all remember, the election happened in Sabah. Since that day, the number is continue increasing. Okay, so everybody try to say who's to blame, who's the one, but to be frank, the real source that is happening is really because of the Sabah election. All right, so right now they try to postpone already all the election after they see this number. So you see, one number start to coming out. Okay, that's it. it will just continue going up high. So we all pray for Malaysian right here. Hopefully all these numbers since CMCO right here, if they need to prolong, what to do. This is the only measurement that they can do, unless the vaccine already coming into Malaysia. I'm not sure whether brother Tai Wee Kiong know about the vaccine. I'm sure that you involved also in some chemical stuff. I'm not sure whether you involved in pharmaceutical and health product. uh Yong Ping, Chiu Yon Ping, all this is UPM friend. Nice to see you all here. Okay, now let's get back to a little bit when we talk about the commodity. Okay, so just now I talk about the gold. Okay, so the gold, if you guys see this pattern here, and for those who already advanced in trading, this pattern is called descending triangle. Okay, descending triangle contain a bear bias. Okay, bear bias means there has a possibility that the price can go down. Now, how to confirm that whether this price have the significant to go down either in short terms or in medium terms? So we are looking at the goal support right here at 1848. If this support right here is violated and is removed, and we will see that the price possible to retest back this psychology number of 1,800. Okay, 1,800. So this is the gold spot price. And if you guys can see here, this is the confluence of the EMA 200. If this support right here or this 1762 price also managed to be removed, then we will see that gold possible ready to go for downtrend. Right now is just congestion. Anything can happen here. Why I'm saying anything can happen here? Because this is also can say that it's a compression, it's a congestion. So it's just like a spring. If you see you try to compress a big spring, okay, it's contain energy, it's contain power. So the only big question right now is it is going to break above or is going to break below? So the number that we all need to watch closely is next week or this week is the number of 1,900. If the price can break out this level here, okay, the gold still have the chance to continue going up high. Okay, but if the price ready to remove this support at 1848, so get ready to possible to have fun in sell short. So that is the good thing about trading the gold. Okay, because regardless you're trading the gold or you're trading the forex, if the market is going up, you can make money. Okay. If the market is going down, you can make money too. And that is why the financial market is so interesting. But for Malaysian stock market is different. You only can make money when the stock is going up high. So shortly, if you all have an idea about your stocks, we're going to discuss as well based on technical and if perhaps we're going to have fun discuss with fundamental as well. Okay, so gold still have a little bit of movement. Yes, last week. Okay, so this is the positive gain that we see here from all the currency, including the cryptocurrency. Okay, so Ethereum is start to move already. Cryptocurrency. Okay, we start to see also the exotic pair like dollar again, the Turkish. Okay, lira here. All right, and then all the the other pairs like NZD CAD, AUD CAD. So you see. Um, a lot of the movement here is because of the weakness that they see here at the Canadian dollar. Okay, so NZD, AUD, GBP is all taking advantage on the weakness on the Canadian dollar. All right, and currency that in the negative decline here have a big decline last week is Euro New Zealand dollar. Okay, again, you see, if the market is going down, the good news in Forex is you still can make money. All right, guys, for those who just listening and join me right here, once again, everybody, welcome right here to my Facebook live show here. And if we get a chance, we're going to talk about the Forex price forecasting. And we're also going to have a look if we can do a stock screening for Malaysian stock market. Guys, for those who just listening to me live right now, is it okay to tell me, guys, where are you listening to me live right now? Tell me your location. Are you listening from PJ or from Penang or from India or from US? So just go ahead there, type in the chat box. Who knows that you guys, some of you is actually listening from the same location. All right, I'm looking at the Facebook comment. My brother Wee Kyung say, bro, I only selling chemicals to glove industry. Vaccine, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay, so yeah, glove industry is good, right? So all these big company like Supermax, Kosan, Hartalega, yeah, they used to be my client too long time ago. Okay, so the top headline last week, United States really have to settle the coronavirus case. It's almost like Every day is almost like 1,500 people die daily. It's crazy, right? US reported almost, okay, like 1,500 people die. This is the reason, like, the people, they're not really taking serious about this case, right? And you see there's almost daily like 200,000. Guys, if I ask you all a question, you think Malaysia can handle if every day we have kita ada 200,000. If every day we have a 200,000 case, aduh, hai, how lah? Right? How lah? All right, Zarayan say, listening from offshore Miri. All right, great. Wee Kyung is listening from Klang. Yeah, I love Klang. If I get a chance, I want to try the food there as well in Klang. Kevin Chia is listening from Pulau Pinang. Rachel listening from KK. Um, Faizul Yusuf, BTU. Faizul Yusuf, BTU tu dekat mana? Low Jeff listening from Kuala Belait, Brunei. And just to let you all know, right, until today, I have not traveled to Brunei yet. Lowy Jeff, what is so nice in Brunei? If I get a chance, tell me what nice food there in Brunei. Yeah, if I get a chance, I really want to visit Brunei. Henry Richard Fu is listening from Pulau Pinang. Oh, yeah, I can see all of you right here. Awesome, awesome Malaysian people here. Hey guys, if you later on, if you found out this program is really interesting and you learn something, I really appreciate it if you guys can share this to your Facebook. The reason is why you share is because if you share to your Facebook, you can refer it. They will be stuck into your timeline and you can refer back. Second thing is if some other people watching this one as well, they can learn something as well. Okay, my big question. Oh, let me have a look on the Facebook. Oh, Faizul Yusuf is listening from Bintulu. Okay, I have a question for you all lah kan. If Malaysia kita ada COVID case lah, if we have about 200,000 COVID case lah, what do you think happened to our hospital? Do you think that it might be collapsed? Bayangkan setiap hari ya kita ada 200,000 case positif COVID dan 1,500 orang dijangka akan mempunyai level untuk meninggal. Do you think kita punya hospital dekat Malaysia ni boleh tahan ke tak? Do you think the Malaysian hospital can handle or not? And this number in US is really crazy. Okay, especially after the election, is the number is continue increasing. Now, why this number is important for a lot of traders to watch and see, and what is the impact towards the US? The impact is quite big. Okay, I gotta tell you all that the impact, if they don't settle this case properly, it will continue weakening the dollar. How? Look, if this number continue increase, business will be affecting. The number of employment will be affected. If you guys can see what we learned nicely from New Zealand, if you guys still remember, New Zealand have almost every day 0 cases. That's how powerful New Zealand is, right? So if everything is fine, they can start to do the business like normal. Job number will be increasing. So that will continue increase the currency of that particular country. So you think the job data is not important? Oh, I gotta tell you guys, it's very important. So this is the impact of the coronavirus, right? So this is number that we want to see. And vaccine. Okay, vaccine is the reason why the Dow Jones is continuing to go up high. Even the stock market also start to have a opportunity, okay, to continue rising because of vaccine optimism, right? But still try to see when this vaccine will be available all over the world. Okay, now a lot of the country right now, everybody's watching Joe Biden. Okay, the possible new U.S. President. Okay, now the most important part is how Joe Biden can really restore the U.S. global leadership, especially after Donald Trump really have problem a lot, especially with China. All right. And this week as well, since last week and this week, a lot of big giant company or giant country or G20 countries all talking about a COVID case. Right now, we're also seeing about the Brexit issue as well, and also we are looking at the England lockdown. Okay, so this is also affecting the GBP currency pair. Okay, so the high impact news for this week. Today we have a euro is around 4 o'clock. It's already announced. A GBP also later on around 11:30. The monetary policy report you will be hearing. All this thing is a high impact news. So what does it mean by high impact news? Stand by to see what it can do to any pairs that related to this currency. Okay, either it's going to go up or is it going to go down? Okay, so you need to watch it. Okay, so if you have a bigger stop loss, we'll be fine. Okay, now don't get panic easily. So watch when there is a high impact news. But if there's a necessary for you to cut loss, you need to cut loss. But if there's this news right here is really favoring towards your trading, by all means, just ride the trend. Okay, so to Wednesday we have a New Zealand impact news by Reserve Bank of New Zealand. Okay, so Thursday as well we have a US dollar of FOMC minutes of meeting. So not that really much of high impact news this week. So that means that we anticipate that a lot of currency this week is going to start to move like normal already. Okay, now market outlook, that what I see. Okay, so most of my traders right here, they already received way early. So this is my report on yesterday. Okay, the dollar index, that this is what my prediction. Okay, for long term I still remain bearish. The dollar index, I'm still thinking that is for long term, based on the chart, based on the analysis, I still see that it still have more on weakness. The dollar still have more towards a weakness side. So this is, I'm still remain bearish for the long term. For the medium term right here, I still remain bearish. Okay, but I really need to have a look on this level here, 93.36. Okay, the index of 93.36, around this area. So if this index can climb above from this level again, okay guys, I will be changing my view. As for now, not yet. Okay, so medium term I still remain bearish. Now for short term right here, um yes, I still remain bearish, but I see interesting Japanese candle here, bullish harami. So I like to stop here and let's have a look whether there's a follow through. Okay, whether there's a follow through towards the the dollar index. Okay, so I just show you guys first. This is my charts. All right. Okay, so this is the XY. Okay, so um, I'm thinking about possible that's going to follow through. That's why we all need to watch this level of 92.605. Now, the Harami, today, there's no follow through. Okay, there's no follow through. Okay, so that's why today is very important for us to have a look what happened on this Harami. So this Harami here, okay, this bullish Harami here, need to have a follow through. Okay, that's why we need to continue observe. Okay, I predict that possible this bullish harami will continue go up if and only if the price can, the index can go above this 92.605. But unfortunately, today, you guys are watching me live right now. The index fails to rebound and right now is already violating this support. Okay, we want to see this closing here today, but you guys can see here the index already start to continue going down. This show that the dollar will continue weakening, possible as well throughout today and this week. Okay, so now the next support level right here that I'm looking for this index is somewhere around 91.80. Okay, so this is considered the quite strong support. Now if this index also continue breakthrough the support right here, get ready guys, we will see continue weakness in all possible, generally in all the dollar. So remember, if the dollar is continue weakening, your job as a trader is to take advantage. Okay, to take advantage on the dollar. Okay, so I give you all one idea. What does it mean by that? Okay, now if I give you all a drawing here. Okay, hold on, give me a moment. Okay, I show you guys a little bit here. Okay, now just do some basic knowledge. Okay, this is what we call common sense or trading sense, if you're all ready. Okay, now say for example the US dollar. Okay, if the US dollar, okay, so generally, okay, you still need to look at your chart, but it gives you the general idea. So say for example, if the US dollar index, okay, if generally if we look that the US dollar is continue weakening. Okay, now we not talk about the possible idea, but let's talk about the logic sense of this. Okay, now I give you all one example here. Let's arrange all these pair accordingly. Okay, now we have the pairs of US dollar against the Japanese yen. We have US dollar against the excuse me excuse me, sorry, so again Canadian and Swiss franc. Okay, and then we have on the other corner of this side is Euro US dollar. Okay, and then we have GBP against the US dollar. Okay, and then we have NZD, okay, Kiwis against the dollar, and also we have Australians against the US dollar. Now let's talk about the group A and group B. Okay, so I put in into group A and group B because you see the way how it arranged, the quote. Okay, so we have a group A and we have a group B. Okay, I would like to ask you all generally. Okay, general question. Okay, group B. Okay, now assume that we already predict. Okay, based on the technical, it showed that okay, the dollar is continue weakening. Okay, now I would like you to ask you all generally. Okay, this group here, the US dollar is the front quote, means the chart is really need to be based on the US dollar. Okay, on the group B here is different. The chart will be based on the euro, it will be based on GBP, it will be based on the Kiwi dollar and also Australian dollar. Now, generally tell me guys, okay, if the dollar index is generally, okay, is weakening, what possible idea you think is going to happen on the group A? Is it group A is going to increase, or is it group B is going to increase, or group A is going to going down generally, or the group B is going to go down generally? So, uh, hey guys, once again, I see here Kevin Tan Kaiser is just joining here. Say hi, sir. Ung Sewing here is just joining us as well. Good evening, everybody. So nice to see you all again. So my question is, try to understand the logic idea here first. Okay, group A, what do you think personally is going to happen? And all this is major pairs, right? So what do you think generally? It may not be specifically, but this is just a logic idea. Okay, it's just a simple trading common sense. If the dollar is weakening, how does it impact to any pairs that related to the US dollar? Okay, so uh yeah, just guys go ahead and type on the Facebook comment and let me have a look. Okay, so Ung Xiaoyong say, Richard say group A, sell, group B, buy. Zara say A going down, B going up. All right, so now, yes, generally it's like that. Okay, so if the dollar is going to weaken, as long that we see all this front quote is begin with the US dollar. So if the dollar is weakening, so that means yes, the chances that possible all this pair right here also have the impact of the price possible to have bearish momentum or bearish sentiment as well. Now, any pairs that related, okay, to the opposite side means when the dollar is weakening, that means all this pair right here is taking advantage, okay? Taking advantage on the weakness of the dollar. Okay, so that means any pairs that against the dollar will generally going up high. Now, your duty here as a trader, that is the reason you need to understand why you need to listen about the dollar, whether it's strengthening or weakening, because it can help you to take advantage of if this group right here, if giving advantage for you to continue buy. So make sure that you maintain with a technical buy or long. So you need to find a nice area where you want to buy on dip or you buy at a support in align with the sentiment. Okay, but that doesn't mean you cannot make money here in the group A. Remember, the great thing about in forex market, even going down, you can make profit by performing sell short. Is that wonderful or not? Okay, now this is the whole idea here. Now let me have a look. A lot of my students right here. Okay, let me have a look. I'm reading you guys putting a comment. Okay, Emilion say the group A will be decreased and group B will be increased. Very good. Okay, so this is the general idea. But later on, we are going to look at the chart specifically, if you all don't mind, right? We're going to look at the chart specifically, right? Charlie A say group A short. Susan Yap say groupings A is gonna going down. Kevin say A group down, B going up. Okay. So Yen say group B going up. Okay. Pauline Ang says short A, long B. Okay. So understand this is the general idea and the general context of idea. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop this one for a while, and we are going to go back to our chart deck again. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange again all my lists here. Okay. So that we make sure that all the pairs that with this against the dollar, okay, or which pairs that is USD okay, hold on, USD Japanese yen. Okay, so I put all this one into the same grouping. Okay, so which one that against the dollar and which one is you know um following the dollar here. Okay, so let's begin with the group A. Okay, the group A just now we start with USD Japanese yen and followed by USD CAD and then followed by USD CHF. Now, let's have a look on USD Japanese yen for a while. Okay, now overall look here. Just tell me, guys, overall general idea here from this chart here. What is the bigger trend that you see here? Is it going up or is it going down? Let's understand the biggest idea here first. That's the reason you zoom out first. Okay, so you can zoom up even up to 1 year. Okay, for long term, you can have a look from today's date until 12 months before. But overall here, you look at this trend here. Tell me, what do you guys see? Is it going up or is it going down? For US dollar against the Japanese yen, what do you guys see here? Is it going up or is it going down? Okay, so what do you see? Okay, now is it important for you to establish what is going on the bigger or the long-term view? And remember, as a trader, right, it is very important for each of you. You need to look at the long term first. You need to look at the bigger scale or the bigger trend first. Okay. Now, for those who don't know how to establish trend in our program, we got you all how to establish the trend. Okay. So for those who want to get to know more later on, I will be sending you all a link. And I have my team here. For those who my team is listening to me as well, like Amy, Pali, and all my team here, if you guys can share with them the website if they're interested to learn, go ahead and send them the website. Okay. It's on constantine.com/UFP. You will learn more about this. Okay. So what you guys see here, downtrend, right? Going down. Now, first of all, you need to look at the long term. So that's mean you need to use a daily chart. So understanding the long term, that means you need to have a medium term, okay, to trade in a line, and also a short term to trade in a line. Okay, so that's mean what? The idea is, if the gravity, okay, it's just like a gravity. If the gravity is strong pulling down, so it gives you an idea, the chances to sell short, okay, is giving you possible more winning rate. Okay, so those who understand the trend means you need to understand the overall gravity. If it is pulling down, you need to wait a right moment where to sell short. Okay, so those who my student right here, I already share with all of you, right? Those who understand channeling, those who understand the overbought situation, and those who understand Japanese candlestick, you can take advantage of all this retracement. Okay, so it start to move like this, it start to rebound. You can take opportunity here to sell short every time it touch the upper side. Okay, the upper side or the upper channel. All right, so if you guys can see here, even the medium term here is also showing is going down. So it's very clear, when the dollar is weakening, is it have a direct impact to USD Japanese yen? So the answer is yes, it has a direct impact. Okay, so this is the group A currency pairs. Okay, now I want you all to have a look also beside the USD Japanese yen. Now let's have a look on USD against the CAD, USD CAD. Now try to see, is it having a similar movement? Yes, right? Having a similar movement. So that's why this is the very important part. You need to understand the group, okay, the grouping. Okay, now um, beside understand the general idea, later on when you zoom in, just to let you all know, maybe only some of the pair, maybe not all is following, because each of the pair have its own story. Okay, it has own story, right? So like in this case here, okay, generally yes, the USD CHF is long term down, medium term down, even the short term right here is also showing is going down. So this is why we say that the group A generally tell you what to do. Now in the group B here, let's have a look on Euro US dollar. Okay, now I just show you this chart right here. Just tell me, what do you guys see in overall picture? Is it going uptrend or is going to go downtrend? Okay, if I show you this chart first, just like you look at your eyes here, you just look at the naked chart here and look at this price movement here. Try to see like within this like 1 year here, Euro US dollar is as if is going where? Is it going up or sideways or is going down? So just type in the chat box. I want you to just look on my chart here, okay, and understand the trend from the bigger or the long-term movement first. What do you see here on the Euro US dollar? Okay, and for those who just joined my program right here, once again, everybody, good good evening. Today is Monday, and today you all are watching my live show right here. We talk about Forex price forecasting, and also possible we're going to talk about the stock screening later on. All right. And for those who just joined my program right here, don't forget to give me a button like right here. All right, button like right here. Okay. So right. So you all see an uptrend. So understand this: if the long term have an uptrend, okay, that means the gravity is pulling up. Okay, dia ada satu gravity yang tengah tarik naik atas. Okay, so you want to trade, try not to against the bigger trend. Okay, macam contoh arus ni bergerak kuat dekat atas, you jangan nak lawan arus. So kita punya tugas sebagai seorang trader ialah kita kena seiring dengan arus yang lebih besar. Jika arus tu menghala ke atas, you kena cari peluang-peluang macam mana you nak saut dekat bawah. Okay, ambil peluang-peluang untuk trading dekat kawasan support. Okay, now your duty here as a trader, once you understand the bigger trend, you understand the bigger flow here, you want to trade, follow and in align with the bigger trend. Do you all get this idea or not? Okay, and right after that, like say for example, this is an uptrend. Your duty as a trader here to find all the possible level here. Two sections. One, retracement or pullback. Okay. Second, look at possible nice support area you are going to buy. Okay. Scalper. If you are scalping, chances for you to scalp, follow in the bigger trend will give you more awesome profit. Okay. Yes, you can be a contrarian trader, but it's nice to trade in a line with the bigger trend, because if the gravity is strong magnet is pulling up, it's so easy for your price also to follow in the bigger trend. Okay, so the duty as a trader, it is very, very, very important for all of you here, those who are listening to me tonight. You need to establish the trend in your blood right now as a forex trader. You must establish the trend. And for those who are my student in my program, you all know that I really taught you all right to continue draw the trend, continue to establish the long trend. Okay, so another way to also gauge whether the trend is going up is by using the EMA of 200. That will tell you the long-term period. If the price move above, okay, move above the 200 moving averages of the daily chart, it shows that there's a possibility the long-term is going to go up. And it's very important for each of you to look at this moving average angle. Okay, now is it moving average angle is important? It is. Okay, the angle will tell you whether the uptrend is still valid and solid. Okay, now if you see the angle of the moving average start to get a little bit flat here, okay, chances the sideways trading is going to be awesome. If you see like here the euro US dollar, you look at this angle of this moving average here, is pointing downward, is still downward. So that means it tells you also that the angle of, you know, the moving average will tell you also what kind of gravity that you can foresee, whether it's going to be a little bit bearish movement or is it going to be a bullish movement. How many of you learned something from here? And my student right here, today is just for you to re-emphasize back what you have learned. You'll get this idea or not? Okay, so it's very important for you to look at the moving averages. You look at the angle. Okay, if the angle is like tilt pointing down upward a little bit, you understand that the chances for you to buy or to long have the high chances to have a winning in your trading. Okay, but if you see that the angle of the moving average start to tilt down a little bit, okay, it's going down a little bit, so it can tell you also what the psychology of the market is trying to do. So this is the interesting is for those who don't know how to use the moving average. And for those who inside my student, you all know also I teach you all how to use moving average to become a support, to become resistant, how you use a triple moving average or double crossover or triple crossover. There's so many ways you can use a moving average. Now, basic chart analysis, even though you are using naked chart support and resistance, moving average is a must to have on your chart. You all learn something here? Okay. Now, some of them asking me like, sir, if you see that the angle of the moving average is like flat, so what kind of trading opportunity that you can use? So you can use sideways trading, okay, or you can use another derive of moving average is called Bollinger Band. Okay, how many of you here ever use Bollinger Band in your trading? BB. How many of you ever use Bollinger Band on your trade? Can you just type there on the Facebook comment? Let me know. Okay. Now, sorry, not Facebook. I'm talking about the Bollinger Band. Okay. If the Bollinger Band is flat as well, try to trade the sideways trading. Okay. You can buy the bottom, you can sell at the top, resistance. Sell at the resistance, you can buy at the bottom. Okay. But if the prior trend is still, going up high, you need to perform the same trade with the bigger time frame. Okay, now let's have a look on the 4-hourly chart of the euro US dollar. Okay, so a couple of days ago I mentioned to my team that possible this price is gonna go sideways, but I still have a bullish bias right here towards euro US dollar. But today, those who are watching right now, very interesting. If you guys can see here, the dollar already breaking out this resistance right here at 1.88. And I mentioned also in my chat box, right? I mean, in my newsletter, this right here, okay? You see this price here, if closed firmly during this before 12 midnight here, this is a very, very nice breakout, okay? So chances for the euro US dollar to continue going up is there, okay? And watch here, okay, at the price of 1.952. Aggressive trader, yes, you can go in, okay? Technically, you can go in, okay? But make sure your stop loss is bigger, okay? Make sure your stop loss is bigger. Those who don't want to rush, you possible thinking that can this become a bull trap? Okay, now if you think like it's gonna be like a bull trap like this, okay, the price breaking out, instead the price create a bull trap, the price continue going down. So those who patient enough, okay, those who patient enough understand this. You need to wait for a while. What does it mean? Sometimes you need to be patient. Okay, only aggressive trader will continue trade during the breakout, but for patient trader, okay, they want to see where the price retest back this resistance. Okay, it create one leg here. Okay, so if the price testing in this resistance and the price have a little bit movement here and showing it's going to go up high. Okay, yes, technically you can trade right here. Okay, so that's why some of traders here, they wait for a while until the price is going to take this kind of movement. But there is a disadvantage of this kind of trading. Let me share with all of you. Okay, there is a disadvantage of this kind of trading. Okay, now to all my students here, I know you all understand this, right? If I mention about disadvantage of this pullback, okay, tell me what are the disadvantage of this technique. Can anybody tell me? Okay, this technique also have weakness. Okay, now aggressive trader, they go in early when there's a breakout. They understand about the possible risk. Okay, now but if the price continue to go up high, okay, what happened? Now pullback trader, they always wait like, okay, wait for a while because I'm afraid whether this rebound is going to be solid or is going to be a bull trap, mean the price return back here. Okay, so there's always advantage and disadvantage of any decision that you make. Now let me ask my student here first. Okay, I'm reading the comment. Okay, some of you using Bollinger Band is very good. Susan Yap is using Bollinger Band. Do I still need to use moving average? Yes, you still need to use moving average. Okay, but inside the Bollinger Band, you already have a 20 moving average. Okay, all right. Za again say kena tinggal. Okay, Zui Hizamat say resistance becomes support. Yes. Okay. Now, this method only one problem. Okay, let me share with all of you. Dia punya masalah satu saja. Okay, you see when they break up like this, okay, cantik they break out. When it's break out like this, possible for the price to continue rise up like that is very, very, very high. So those who wait at the pullback, your only big disadvantage here is you miss the bus. You miss the chance to trade. Okay, but in terms of risk, okay, in terms of risk, those who buy on breakout, the risk is actually slightly more. Okay, but you still can handle this. Okay, if the breakout is you know, okay, you guys can see here the momentum right now is quite strong. It's quite solid, huh? This kind of breakout, right? Okay, uh, but those who want to trade on this breakout, you need to trade into a very, very, very small lot size. Okay, very, very small lot size. Now, is it important to be patient in trading? Okay, it is important. Remember, you cannot win all the trade. Everything that you take your decision is always come with risk. You need to understand whether you can handle the risk. Okay, so if you're trading breakout right now, I have some of my trader right now. They're already entering now, just to let you all know. Okay, they're already trading right now because it's breakout, but they have a very, very big stop loss. Okay, now in order to minimize the impact of loss, reduce your lot size into the smallest number until to the level that you can handle the risk. Okay, now meanwhile for the pullback trader, two things can happen to you. What if that this breakout is do not have a follow through? Maybe it's just a bull trap. It create a bull trap, but right after that the price go down, maybe not rebound, yeah, but just going down back like this. It's just like similar case happened to this. Okay, similar case like happened to this. Give me a moment, where is my drawing? Okay, so like this one, this is like a very, very nice, what do you call this, sorry, um hold on. Okay, yeah, so this case here, let me change the color into pink. Okay, so you guys can see here, this is a bull trap. It created a breakout, but it failed to break. Right after that, the price continued to go down. So some of trader right here, smart scalper here, they know how to take advantage on, you know, this what we call the bull trap. Now the question is, will this one possible to have the same or similar case? Now, for me, for me, if you guys can see here, this kind of moment right here, as those who read in my newsletter here, as I mentioned that this is already look like a sideway, okay? Because why? The price tested one time, two times, three times on the 4-hourly chart and testing the support also two times. Now, this kind of sideway breakout here have a momentum, technically have a momentum. So those who aggressive traders that look at this range here, they would like to take aggressive trade here, they can, okay? But remember, whatever decision that you make, bigger stop loss, smaller lot size, okay? Now, for those who are waiting for the pullback, okay, if those who want to see that possible, you think that this is going to be a bull trap, wait until the price really close below this resistance. Okay, then you can take aggressive to sell short. Now, for those who see that possible the price may not, okay, maybe not going to become a bull trap. Instead, that this resistance here turn into support, and it show you that a very, very, very solid rebound around in this area. Okay, so that's mean you need to go even to 1-hourly chart to look whether this resistance right here, if I draw into 1-hourly chart. Okay, so this is where you play around. Okay, you play around with your charts. Okay, there will be a time that you need to go down to 1-hourly time frame to look. So you need to look in this area here. If there is a movement showing during the 1-hourly, there's a movement like showing about to rebound. Okay, then you can take this pullback trade around this corner. Okay, so yes, whatever the decision you make, you want to wait, there's a strength, there's a weakness of the decision. If you want to trade directly on the breakout, always to see what is the weakness and what is this advantage. Okay, so both decision is correct, but the only question right now is how you handle the risk. Okay, how you manage the risk. All right, so naked chart trading for a trader, it is very important to master. Advanced technical indicator only giving you an extra confirmation, but again, as I mentioned to you all, until today, nothing beat naked chart. Naked chart, Japanese candlestick, trend line, it's still the most sensitive. Do you get that idea, guys? Okay, the basic naked chart trading. So it is very important for you to all learn these skills, okay, to repeat and master this. Okay, so yeah, all right, you all learn something here. Okay, now let's have a look on the other pairs, well, like GBPS dollar. Okay, you guys see here, right? As I mentioned to many of the trader, I already see that GBP is gonna go really, really going up high. And it's true. You guys can see today. How many of you are trading the GU? You see after it is breaking out. Okay. So I give you all a case study here. This is the resistance level here. Can you guys see here? This is confirmation of breakout. But right after that, okay. So you see, this is a breaking out level here. Okay. Now some trader upon the price close, aggressive trader, they already take this kind of trade. Right now in their hand already have 69 pips or 50 pips. You see, scalper, for them 20 to 30 pips is good enough. Okay, swing trader for them 50 pips is good enough. Okay, you guys can see here, this is a very, very, very nice breakout here. You guys can see here, right? Now let me ask you a question here. With this kind of breakout and there's a follow through, okay, there's a follow through towards this kind of trading. It exposed you with a profit of 50 pips. Let me ask you a question. In less than 8 hours of trading, okay, in less than 8 hours of trading, okay, giving you 50 pips for a trade, is it considered a fantastic profit or not? 50 pips. Okay. Now, some of them asking me, say, sir, if I like to take this breakout candle, because seems it's a little bit long candle, can I use this low here as my stop loss? Yes, technically you can. Okay. Technically you can. Okay. Now, the question is like, so if I take this kind of trade, what is my risk to ratio? Okay, so let me show you all, yeah. Okay, so long position. Okay, so you long. All right, so show you guys here. All right, so this is about 50 pips, and this is about your stop loss here. Okay, now the price is not done yet. Right? The price is not yet. The price still have the momentum to continue through. Okay, but let me ask you a question here. If your risk is about roughly about 40 pips, and you like to take GBP 1 to 2 ratio, means 80 pips. Okay, 80 pips is your TP. Stop loss is around 40 pips or 50 pips. So ratio almost like 1 to 2. Now, in terms of trading, do you think that this is a very good trading ratio? Let me ask you all. Is it this one is considered a very good win to lose ratio? And you see the good thing, okay, now as I recommend to all my students, okay, make sure you have a trading view. Okay, this is my favorite online charting tools until right now. Okay, I purchased because right now you guys can get this one. Today they have a 60% Black Friday off. I think you can get less than like what 1,000 for 1 year. Okay, those who have extra budget, get lah this one because you see it can help you to calculate your what your risk reward. If you guys can see or not, the system can calculate your risk to reward already. Okay, so this is very good. And then you see, as a trader, you need to understand, right? You need to be very smart. If say for example you're trading a breakout and the price continue move, okay, at least like you see for GBP related, okay, the price move about 50 pips. So you bring your stop loss here, go to the same level with your entry price to create a break even. Means zero risk already. Okay, zero risk already. Now, if you really want to put 30 pips also, you want to take profit around 50 pips. Normally for GBP, I suggest the best is 50 pips to take profit, and it's more delicious rather than 30 pips. But no right, no wrong in trading. Yeah, no right, no wrong in trading. Okay, now you need to learn how to have a break even and trading stop. Okay, again, whatever decision that you do, there's a strength, there's a weakness towards it, but you want to minimize your impact, right? If that's possible, then you need to create a trading stop. Now, I know there's a very aggressive scalper among of my students. They see this kind of breakout already. They have a very, very, very small kind of stop loss. They fix around 30 pips. Means if this price really fell, they just cut. They follow their rules, okay? And they like to take profit about 1 to 1 ratio as well. So scalper is a very different hybrid, guys. Okay, just let me share with all of you. Okay, now this is the thing. When something is breaking out, it can continue have momentum. Those who wait until pullback, sometimes you miss the trade. Okay, so what I'm saying here is you cannot have all the cake and eat it. All right. Now we remain bullish on GBP US dollar. We are correct all the way. Long term is uptrend. Medium term is uptrend. Short term is uptrend. And those students is continue following this kind of trend right here. You guys gonna make awesome profit. I have one student from Chicago, United States. He loved GBP US dollar pair. Right now, I think he's been riding like crazy. Okay, so the reason also why GBP is going to be, slightly stronger than US dollar is because of the Brexit as well. Okay, so trader, yes, you must understand a little bit about the fundamental. Okay, now look here for this Australian dollar. All right, Australian dollar is still uptrending. Okay, during this if you guys can see here for the medium term is uptrending. It's just start to breaking out, and right now it has a ascending triangle here. Okay, I want you all to observe this breakout here. Okay, personally for me, if this price of 0.7338 here, if this resistance can be break out here, my technical target will be this 0.71 0.751. I have two technical target. Technical target for Australian US dollar is here 0.74400, and the next target is 0.71552. All right, again, trade at your own risk. Yeah, I only share with you guys from technical point of view. But this kind of a descending triangle, if this breakout here, it has a power, okay, based on observation from 100 years data of history. This kind of ascending triangle has a bullish bias, okay, but anything can happen. Okay, so look at the support around 0.727 and 0.72123, because sometimes the price may continue congested and suddenly bam, it can go down. Okay, or it changed the pattern. Instead of ascending triangle, it start to turn into sideways range. Okay, now for sideways and ranging trading, this kind of support is very important. Okay, right now the psychology is showing that Australian US dollar have a bull inside this pattern. So chances for the price to go up is there, right? You all get this? All right. And the next thing is Kiwi against the dollar. As I mentioned to you all, I'm watching this carefully. Okay, it's been rising up for quite some time already. If you guys can see this Kiwi dollar here, okay, especially you guys can see here, it's been some times already. It has a rounding pattern here. It's continue moving up high. A Kiwi, the reason it's continue going high is because the Prime Minister of New Zealand really know what to do, and COVID case is settled very fast and very quick. But the only concern I have right now is when I see from a technical point of view, I see this rising wedge. How many of you can see here? Okay, rising wedge is not confirmation, it's only an alert. It may be wrong as well. But for us as a trader, as a technical analyst, right? When we see a rising wedge here, it's really showing us that possible or likelihood that Kiwi dollar here possible have the chance to lose momentum already. Rising wage is a pattern that have a significant and close relation with losing momentum. Okay, if it is a falling wage, is good, but if it is a rising wage, okay, it's rising wage like this, you know, the wedge, the door wedge that you have. How many of you have ever open your door and you need a door stopper down there? That is what we call the door wedge. Okay, same go with this is like your door wedge here, the shape. But if it is pointing up like this, it have a very significant with the idea of possible of losing momentum for a while, and there's a chance for this to retrace, but it's not confirmed yet. It's only showing an alert. But to all my trader here, watch this level, psychology level of 0.699, 0.6900. The price break down this level here. Okay, I foresee that the price can retrace a little bit and touch back the psychology level. Now, this part right here, if say for example, is really true, okay, it gives you at least, oh, sorry, not this one. Okay, if I do a sell short here, okay, sell short, if I performing somewhere around here, okay, your stop loss somewhere around up here, okay, then your target somewhere around here. So it's about ratio 60 pips risk, almost 100 plus your profit here. Okay, more than this. So your ratio is already more than 1.62. So this is a very good trading ratio. Okay, so trade small, look at this carefully. Okay, now I'm still bullish for long term, medium term, even the long term right here for Kiwi dollar. So the gravity is still pulling up high. But in the short term here, there is a possibility for the price take a breather for a while. Maybe the price need to relax for a while. So a smart trader here, a pro scalper, or those who want to be an intraday trader, you need to look at the support here. Okay, so watch carefully here, and all my students here, I already share with all of you about this pattern. You need to practice your eyes few times to get the idea. So that's why we always share with you a patterns after pattern after pattern. Okay. Now, if you guys can see here, this is a medium ascending channel, and once the price breakout here, this is the interesting one. Once the price breakout here is already showing, it's about to move into a new level. The only concern right here is this rising wedge, and my prediction is the price is gonna break here for a while and retest here. And if you guys can see here, this is the ascending channel confluence. Okay, there's a coincide around in this area. So and if you guys see this area not only coincide with this ascending upper channel, it's also coincide with this previous resistance. So psychology level of 0.6800 is quite interesting. Okay, you all learned something here. So let's have a look. Okay, I basically covered already all of this. Okay, and more about this report right here, I already share with all of you guys, especially to all our UFP Gold member. Yes, those who our UFP Gold member, you get all this newsletter way early. All right. Okay, and those who have no idea about trading in Forex market, I send you guys here. You can have a look on this website if you guys want to know more information. Okay, sorry. Yeah, and then you can need, if you those who need an information or need help, you can contact Miss Amy right here. Okay, our team, UFP team, Miss Amy. All right, I type here, guys, Miss Amy. All right, at plus 60165772 988. All right, so any question you guys want to ask to my team, go ahead. All right, so now this is for the Forex movement right here. I anticipate that this week is going to be nice already to trade, because why, guys? It's really less news. Okay. To all my students here, for those who listening to me, guys, I want you all to submit complete your 20 charts. I want to give you guys the certificate. Remember, how many of you not finished yet submit 20 charts? Just type in the chat box. Cohesion, I think you just done. Okay, I'm gonna give you the e-certificate, and this is a good thing. Okay, to all my students that you done with your first 20 charts here, I will give you digital certificate to appreciate you all that you done your first basic as a new trader here. You done with your support, resistance, trend lines, all the basic trading. You understand where's your entry level, your support level. We will observe your first 20 chart is very important. And I appreciate for those who submit your first 20 charts, we give you a digital certificate and we email you. So Cohesion is the latest one. Okay, to get this certificate, I think I give about 20 plus students already. Richard, you left 3 charts, so go. Okay, 3 charts more. So submit it. Once you're done with your 20 charts, we check it, everything is fine, you complete your first basic here. Okay, so this digital certificate is to appreciate to all our students. This means you're done with your basic charting first. Okay, Sis Susan, I think you are on your way. Cohesion is done already, so congratulations. I want to give you all more, okay, to all my students here. Okay, the certificate. All right. Okay, that's good. All right, so I'd like to take this opportunity also to look at the Malaysian stock market. Okay, to all my students here, we'll chat with you all more about the Forex pair. Now let's have a look on Malaysian stock market here. You guys can see my chart here, right? So let's have a look on the KLCI index. Okay, those who are trading in Malaysian stock market here, this is the latest index reading for today. Even though the price have a gap down a little bit here, okay, but the good news is the price still want to go and climbing up high, right? But in order for us to see a very solid movement is going up high, I would like to see the index to really get this resistance level here around 1604. Okay, so what we see right here is just a little bit rebound here. Okay, but it's good enough to create a positive sentiment today. Right now, today with a very high volume and also with a very good gain today. One of the stocks that we see here is Solution, even though it's a non-Sharia stocks, but it's already breaking to the new high, right? You guys can see here, breakout and breakout and breakout. And one thing about when the sentiment start to improve already, right? So this is what happened when the sentiment start to improve already. Usually the prices, have the chance to continue go up high. But again, for those who trading the solution, right? Don't simply chase. Okay, don't simply chase. Okay, wait until you see a very significant level, then only you trade. Now I just shared with all of you just now, right? There's a shape about rising wedge, right? Rising wedge is possible if you see this kind of pattern here, anytime that the price can take a breather. Okay, just share with you guys here, right? So we see the similar pattern here in solution. Okay, it's still going up high. Okay, it's still going up high. The only thing is watch this carefully here. So that means the price may have a retracement. So if the price give you a very nice retracement level, okay, then you can have a look. So far right now, solution is already all-time high. And can it go higher again? Can. Okay. So smart trader here, wait. You see here in this area is considered quite strong resistant here based on this channel. Okay, now you wait a little bit lah. Okay, if you can wait, if the price give you the movement something like this, okay, you can buy a little bit on dip. Okay, or let the price show a very good retracement. Okay, so right now we see for the Fibonacci level here for solution, still gonna continue come high. I don't have any reference here yet, so we are continue measuring here. Okay, if the price have a significant reversal here, we will measure around 50 and 61.8. Okay, and that will be very nice for risk ratio level for traders. Okay, as for right now, the price still continue going up high. Now the question is, will this price have the chance to go higher again? Yes, possible. Okay, this is what happened when the market is a little bit bull, the price continue have momentum. I've seen market when it's all bull. I've seen the market when it's really bear as well. But even though the market is bull, I still advise to all traders, do not simply chase. Okay, don't simply chase the market. Okay, guys, I'm looking at the Bursa Malaysia stock market here. This is for Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange. Some of my traders here, they asking about DGB. Okay, Kevin, I know that you are in DGB. I think they are talking about the price adjustment today. So we want to have a look right after the price adjustment. Okay, I'm not sure what is the latest price adjustment. You mentioned there's a price adjustment, but today look at this volume here. Okay, today this volume here, buy and sell is quite high. Okay, if I double click the DGB here, there's a selling stronger more than the buyer. So DGB, be extra cautious a little bit. Okay. Now TN Logistic, right? TN Logistic. This is used to be my favorite stock once upon a time. Okay. Now, you guys can see here, TN Logis is already going up high. Now again, logistic company here. Most of the logistic company during the COVID-19, we see a very interesting movement. Okay, they raise up, or they make a lot of profit during the COVID-19. See, who said that during COVID-19 has no opportunity? Those who can create the solution during the crisis, okay, is going to make money. So the only thing is right now, TN Logistic is, my concern is moving in the straight, you know, okay, I do this reverse like this, okay. Now I'm saying you all right. The question is it TN Logistic right now is changing the trend from the technical point of view? Yes. Okay. Yes. From the technical point of view, yes. From the downtrend, now it start to bull. Can we say that TN Logistic right now is technically a baby bull? The answer is yes. Now, do you think that this price can go back to the previous high? Now, when the market is continuing improving, okay, yes, the price can revisit back to this level. Now, to add my idea about TN Logistic, I want you all to really observe the volume around in this area. How many of you can see here? How many of you can see the volume spike around this area? Okay. How many of you can see the volume spike around this area? Now, this volume is not as people want to buy and sell here just like that. There must be an idea why the volume suddenly spiked almost 1 million. If I'm not mistaken, is it 1 million? Yes, 1.6 million unit is traded, buy and sell happening here. Very high volume. Now, let me ask you one question here. Now, it's been some time TN Logistic already going down from the price 1 ringgit 80 cent. It dropped crazy up here to 27 cents. It's really seriously, a big bargain. Right now, price going up, support by volume, and it's just start to move. Again, those who watching this my show right now, okay, those who watching my show right now, okay, What I'm sharing to all of you, this is not for technical for you to buy or sell, so please trade at your own risk. Now, what I want each of you to observe carefully, if the price give you a very nice retracement, especially around this area, 0.5590, okay? 0.590. Oh, I gotta tell you that this is a very interesting number to have a look, okay? So if the price give you a very, very nice retracement around this level here, whoa, okay, have a look on it, okay? Um, I'm gonna put TN Logis right now. It's my baby bull stock. Yes. So put in your watch list. Yes. Do you want to wait until it pull back a little bit? Yes. Okay. So let's see. Kevin say putting DGB at 0.41. Okay, that's good. Right. Now, guys, for those who just watching me here live right now, if you have any Malaysian stocks that you're holding right now, go ahead and type in the chat box. Now, I'm looking at the top gainers today. Now, the reason why I need to look at the top gainers today, I want to see whether it's a fresh breakout or it's just moved like TN Logistic or it's already up time high. Okay. So like this e-metal already start to move. Okay. Oh guys, long time ago during this I think in year 2017, all the metal industry is used to be our darling stock. We make a lot of money. During 2017 and 2018, this is the time where I visit to all the state, Penang, KL, Sabah, Sarawak. This is where I meet all the traders and they make good money during that period of time, especially 2017. A lot of our traders here make awesome profit. Okay, now e-metal is already start to move. Okay, this kind of stock is normally I don't chase it. Okay, because it's already moving up high, but you can wait until retracement happen. Okay, now what I'm seeing here is like e-metal already based on this chart right here, e-metal as if tried to complete this very interesting pattern here. Okay, it's called the rounding bottom. Okay, now you guys can see here it's already break out many level already. And you see when it break out this trend line here, it start to move. Okay, now the only thing is I will not chase this kind of stock here. If they want to retrace a little bit, I will wait down here, I will buy. Okay, now this kind of chart here is showing that the fundamentally this company already start to improve. Okay, based on this chart. Okay, so e-metal I'm not going to chase, but we're just going to look as it is. Now suddenly today Dayang, Dayang, okay, suddenly to have a very interesting volume. Okay, the only question right now is it we consider Dayang right now is about to change the trend? Not yet. Okay, not yet. But in the short term, okay, in the short term analysis here, okay, for short term and medium term, if you guys can see here, there's a nice trend line here. Okay, the price breakout, this trend line here, we call it the supply line. Okay, oh, not yet. Sorry, guys, not yet. Right, so here, all right, it's just fine. It's just chun nice. All right. But interesting enough is there's a gap around in this corner here. There's a gap up here and followed by, so we can see that there's a interest in buying. You guys can see here all this flag breakout here is happening and suddenly the volume is continuing to increase around this corner. So is it Dayang is worth to watch for short term? The answer is yes. Is it possible that we see a recovery in the oil? Possible in future. That's the reason all these OPEC and G20 companies have a meeting this few weeks. Okay. Now, this downtrend line here for the short term and the medium term is already breaking out, followed by a very nice volume here. So is it possible for Dayang to continue go up high? Yes, but for conservative trader, wait at 1.13. Okay, so 1.13, if the price can break out in this level, for this rounding bottom is very beautiful. Okay, aggressive trader only look at the Dayang right now. Okay, but can Dayang be part of my baby bull portfolio? Yes, but if and only if it's break 1.13. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put alert right here, equals or greater than and 1.13. All right, that's how simple it is. I just click OK and it will alert me if the price breaking out in this level. Okay, pretty much fine. Aggressive trader, yeah, you can watch a Dayang. Why? Look at this trend line here. Ooh, breakout beautiful. How many you can see here? This breakout beautiful lah, Dayang. Hello guys, can you see or not? Boleh nampak kan ni? You can see or not, Dayang, right? How many of you can see? All right, breakout with nice volume here. Okay, all right, Zar again, Mr. DIY. Zar, where are you enter? You investing or you trading in DIY? DIY, I tell you guys, right, is oversubscribed. The IPO is really crazy. Okay, let me type here DIY. Okay, give me a moment, guys. Okay, let me restart back again. Today, my software here, especially share investor, having a little bit delay on the data feeding. I think Kevin is facing the same thing as well. Okay, but right after afternoon, they start to back normal already. Okay, so I'm going to open back again my chart here. Zara Ayan, tell me what is your entry price for DIY? Okay, ding ding ding. Okay. Okay, give me a moment. Let me restart again. Okay. All right. So Azar, 2.33. Are you trading? You're trading. I thought you are going to invest. You're not investing in DIY. Hari-hari beli barang DIY kan? Tak mau invest kan? Alright, let me share with all of you. Okay, so I'm going to look at the DIY. Okay, so if I get a chance before maybe before 10:30, I'm going to see whether there's a nice stock to buy on dip. Later I'll show you guys how I screen the stock buy on dip. All right. All right. So you enter at the 233. I think we mentioned about this few days ago, right? You enter at 233. Okay, 233. Hey. Okay. The only thing is the volume today, Zar, is it has a gap up, but the volume today is a bit low, but it's just a normal kind of movement. So right now you see about 3%. Zar, you check your portfolio again. I think you see about 3.64% right now, roughly. Is that correct? You can see on your portfolio. The only things that I can see here is DIY IPO, and since it's listed, is doing pretty much very fine. And the listing time is really at the right time when the market is just start to recovering. Okay, and you guys know, right? Especially during the COVID, right? A lot of home stuff is being purchased here from Mr. DIY. Okay, not only the home stuff, like guys. I'm also buying the home stuff. And, suddenly become, you become. You need to buy all these handy tools. Suddenly, a lot of things you have to fix, right? You all suddenly went to, DIY. So what I see here is the trend. I only have a short-term trend here, but DIY I'm going to observe, Yazar, for the next 6 months. The reason I'm not buying at DIY yet is because this is my previous experience. After normally 6 months, it need to tell the character. It's okay. I maybe enter a little bit late. I don't mind, but I want to see the character, okay, of this job, of this price, because sometimes, okay, I share with you guys, right? There's a big IPO like LC Titan. I know some of you remember this, okay? LC Titan is very big when they release this stock, right? It's a very big price. Okay, I share with you guys why it's important for me to look at the first 6 months. Okay, you see here, this is July 2019. How many of you can see here? So for me, July 2006, July, yes, LC Titan is July 2017 when it's early release. I still remember during the debut time. We don't chase us, we need to see the character. Okay, and suddenly you see the LC Titan, it show a different character. Okay, the only thing right now that I see in LC Titan is right now is the only time. Okay, right now it start to move in this trend. You guys can see now, right now is the only time that I can see now. This is where all the informed buyers start to buy. Okay, you guys can see here the volume is start to going up high. So yes, LC Titan is possible ready for trend change. Why I say is already a trend change. You see in this area here, the price already breaking out. Okay, so yes, LC Titan is gradually going up high, and LC Titan is they have a very interesting fundamental as well. Okay, so LC Titan, yes, had a chance to go up high. So this is among stock. Okay, I'm just going to put in my baby bull. Okay, this is a very nice baby bull stock. Can it revisit back again to 6 ringgit? Possible. In this positive sentiment, it can touch back again. 6.50. Again, for Malaysian stock market, you are not too late and you are not too early. It's just nice. You all those who are watching me live right now, right? If you guys are looking at Malaysian stock market, is it the time for you all to relook again? Yes. Is it time for you to all learn? Yes. Okay. Now I have a student saying that, sir, can you open back a stock market course? I will. I will try to open back again, and I will share with all of you all my experience. That way, I help even my big client. They making 600,000. Some of them making 1 million in trading. So yeah, I will see if I want to open back this class. But the question is, if I open a stock market class, I want to see here in Facebook comment, right? If you interested, if I open, I will share with you all how I search the stocks, how I get alert from this. Okay. If there's a people interested, want to learn, then okay, maybe I will open. But I'm not really want to open up this class too soon. Okay. But yes, if some of you say that, sir, can you open this class? Yes. Okay. Sir, I'm interested to learn. If I see about like more than 5 people say that I'm interested, that I maybe consider. Okay. But I have a lot of experience looking at Bursa Malaysia market. And not only that, when Bursa Malaysia invite me as a guest speaker as well, that is my interesting experience, especially sharing the idea to the traders. Okay. And I'll let you all know right now. Wow. Now, yes, it's a perfect time during these 3 months to 6 months right here to learn and to look at Malaysian stock market. A lot of the stock right now I see is a lot of them is really cheap and undervalued, but do not simply overexcited to buy and sell. Okay, make sure that you get a very, very, very good idea about it, right? So Supermax today have a little bit movement. Okay, a little bit movement. Okay, but not that really strong. It's just a nice movement. Okay, so I want to see whether I have a stocks that we can look for buy on dip. Okay, let me have a look. Stocks. Okay, then I can see that very, very nice for you to maybe to consider. Okay, so let's begin right here with ceiling. Okay, this is penny stocks. Okay, ooh, something cooking. Ah, something cooking. There is a syndicate is looking to goreng this ceiling. Hmm. Harmony Okay, this one watch. Okay, guys, this one watch. Touch floor many times suddenly. How many of you can see here? Volume spike. How many of you can see here? See, sometimes when I see awesome thing, okay, again, this is for how to say aggressive trader. Okay, aggressive trader. All right. See, sometimes when I do this kind of screening, I can see a very, very interesting. Oh, I gotta put this one under baby bull stock. Okay. Ha. Okay. Technically, okay. Again, it's I don't ask you to buy or sell. I only ask you to watch. You want to buy is your own. Take your own risk. Okay. This is a very, very cheap stock and penny stock. There's a syndicate possible ready to play this. Okay. But C-Link, okay, C-Link, okay, this is the chart, yeah, C-Link, it's a Sharia stock, okay. Once upon a time, the price ever touched here at around 74 cents. Oh my goodness, I gotta tell you guys, right? Oh yes, the highest in the record of C-Link, okay, is 1 ringgit 18 cent. Okay, first of all, let me check the fact sheet about ceiling first. Kita mau check dulu lah dia punya background, right? We need to understand the fundamental of this company. So there's a few data that I would like to look at the ceiling. Okay, all right. So yeah, the volume is quite interesting, even though it's a penny stock. Okay, there's a few penny stock player. You know, they like to goreng this kind of stock. Okay, goreng means they like to push up and down. But the volume today is quite interesting. Okay, let me have a look on seeing a few things here. They involve in trucks, construction, and farm machinery. Okay, so that's mean they involved in logistic, market issued and paid up share. This stock is not that really line. It's under category of a medium paid up share. So that this kind of stock is it has a steady movement lah. Okay, the chances for it to have a steady movement is there. Okay, the only thing that not interesting, fundamentalist is not going to look this kind of stock. Okay, EPS is very bad, it's negative. But for trader, oh, I gotta tell you, trader EPS negative, they don't care at all. Okay, NAV is about 0.64. Okay, cash in hand are not so much. It's okay. Let me have a look on the other data as well. Yeah. So the issue paid up share is quite okay. It's quite interesting. NAV is not too bad. EPS is negative. Maybe they're from losing company. You see, this is the only thing. For the fundamentalists, you cannot see the positive result yet until you get a 3 months report. Okay. For the technical analysts, is they know to enter when the during the report is still negative or when the company is ready to turn over. Okay. Again, I can say that this kind of stock is trade at your own risk. Okay. So C-Link. Okay. Reason being, as I mentioned to you guys, those who watch my show this couple of days, right? I mentioned about I'm a big fan of looking at the volume, and this volume is a new record in the history of all the history of ceiling. Oh, I say, Za say, bye, bye, bye. Okay, so if you make profit, do share with all of us. Okay, if you make profit, it's your blessing. Okay, if you losing money, I don't know. It's not my problem. Don't blame me. Okay, I tell you guys, right? Okay, trade at your own risk. Huh? Okay, trade at your own risk. Right. So the volume is quite interesting. Okay, this is the things like okay, it's not that really going to have a strong push. It needs to have create a higher high and a higher low. But it's already start to have a movement gradually. Okay, there is somebody already smells something here. Okay, so the question is why suddenly have a high volume? I would like to know whether there's a news. Okay, again, this is a penny stocks. Okay, and why I say ceiling is okay to have a look, because you see the movement is quite healthy. It's not that really a syndicate play around with this kind of stock. You see, when I look at the chart, right, I like to see the character of the charts. So I don't see any news today, not really much news. Okay, but this volume today is like quite high. Let me have a look. Who are the player? Okay, so there's no big shock here. Okay, when I see this volume distribution here, the only player is the syndicate they themselves. So this syndicate here is a very rich people. Okay, they have about 1 million to half million to spare. Yeah, this trade here I already know is play a lot by a small retail trader, maybe because this stock is very cheap, and also some multi-millionaire or big business guy that are playing here. But I don't see any fund manager is playing around in this. So right now, I can say ceiling is under accumulation. Okay, so what is this? Charlie say V spike. Kevin just say goreng goreng. I say watch if you want to trade, again I said the penny stock, right? If you want to trade, only trade lah the money you're willing to lose. Okay, now the question is like, sir, can I just ride all the way? Up to you lah. It's up to you. It's up to your own risk. Okay, but normally this kind of stock, is it they have an opportunity to push up to 100% during the bull market? I tell you, the syndicate like to goreng. Okay, they like to fry, stir, and push. Come on, guys, in the stock market, if you guys watch the big shots, or you guys did you all ever watch? Let me ask you a question. Did you all ever watch this movie called Wolf of the Wall Street? How many of you watched this movie before by a guy named Jordan Belfort? This guy is crazy. How he manipulated the stock price, increase it, and he make a lot of commission from there. But when he pushed this kind of stocks until go up high, this is how the market have so emotional trader. And right after that, the price is gonna go up high. There's no interest buying. The musical of the chair suddenly stop. Nobody start to play already, and there you go. That's why there's a one theory is called the biggest fool theory. The biggest fool theory is always show that trader and buyer buying when the too much good news already. where there's a little bit too late. Informed trader and investor, they already enter when the market is showing at a very, very, very cheap price. Okay, so if I share back again, the stock ceiling, okay, something is brewing here. Kevin, I say something brewing here. Why? Volume spike. Some syndicate. I think some syndicate, maybe if they watch my show, they already say, hiya, how come lah? Sir Ezone, reveal our plan. Now you see, I tell you guys, right? They're syndicate, they're against each other. Same go with the big shark. One shark, they like to eat another shark. Same go with here. This calls not anchovies. This is called a big fish. Okay, they are not shark, but they are category the big fish. This trader, they have 1 million, 2 millions, 3 millions, or 5 millions in their account. Normally, this kind of trader, right? They like to push this kind of penny stock. But how they're going to push in the early stage is this one. They already park somewhere around here. Okay, so okay lah. So again, I say watch. If it go up, okay, then it's your blessing. If it go down, don't blame me. Okay, I tell you guys, trade at your own risk. But is it I say watch? Yes, watch. Okay. Hey, you all already jot it down. Jot down, right? It give you a good opportunity. Okay, lah, is your blessing, right? So focus. Okay, this kind of stock is already moved a little bit too high, and it has a pattern. Okay, this pattern is you need to be extra cautious because this pattern is called the diamond top. Okay, diamond top is really significant for strong reverse very soon. Okay, this kind of pattern is normally I will be more cautious. Okay, but this pattern can fail. Okay, this pattern really can fail. Okay, you need to see the breakout level around here. If the price can continue break up and go up around this level, okay, around 78. Okay, this is gonna continue up high. So right now for me, focus a little bit too high. Okay, this kind. Okay, normally for me, this kind of stock I don't chase. Okay, I don't chase. Okay, I'm looking for all this kind of stock that which one I think is possible for me to look at the buy and dip. Okay, now Malaysian stock, the only problem is when the market is really bull, I tell you guys, right, when it has a bull sentiment, right, very hardly for you to see a big retracement. So you will see a lot of times you will see a pattern of pennant, flag lah. Yes, this kind of pattern to show that the market is really bull market, right? So based on my observation for the past 5 years, I've seen this again and again, right? So if the price have a big retracement, that means the overall sentiments like still digesting. But if you see a lot of pattern like flag or pennants, I tell you guys, right, the market is just gonna continue up high. But again, no right, no wrong in trading. It's good also sometimes for you to wait for a little bit while. Okay. Now, Genting is the stocks that under my baby bull watch list. Okay, under my baby bull watch list. Okay. So those who watch my show this couple of days, I mentioned you all Genting is I'm watching it. Okay. Now, aggressive trader, if you see this flag breakout here, it's a little bit like flag or pennant style. Okay, it's like pennant. This high also we need to include. Okay, there's a pattern of bullish engulfing around this area. Okay, bullish engulfing plus pennant pattern. Okay, now this show that the market right now still interested to buy. The Genting, and you guys can see here. There's a very long candle here. This is considered a strong pillar. Okay, a very strong pillar to support the Genting right now. What I see here, the volume is spiked quite high in Genting. All right. So do I see the case that sometimes spanner is continue breakout and breakout? I say yes. So sometimes the aggressive trader, when they see a combination of bullish engulfing, this pattern, okay, this pattern right here, bullish engulfing, and this engulfing here is near a little bit near to almost the upper resistance pattern, aggressive trader would like to look in this level. Okay, so normally they will do an alert somewhere around here, 414. Okay, so if I do an alert of 4.14, okay, equals or greater than, okay, 4.14. Okay, so look, right now you have to understand, Genting is quite solid company. You all know, right? Okay, beside the casino lah, you all know, right? Genting have involved in plantation and many more. To be frank, Genting ever touched, you all have to understand this. Genting ever touched the price of 9 ringgit, guys. 9 ringgit, not only that, in the history of Genting, Genting ever, the highest record is around 10 ringgit. Okay, 10 ringgit. Okay, and right now the volume is high. Now, I want you all to look here. Already going down. And for me, technically it's like, wow, it's quite cheap already, right? It's not only that. Around this area here, there's a lot of support turned into resistance. There's a lot of times it touched already a few times. So is it Genting is the stocks I'm going to watch? Yes. And also 477, okay, where the price, I'm not sure whether I did this alert. Oh, not yet, right? Now, this is like double bottom breakout if the price can break out at 4 ringgit 77 cent. Now, I share with all of you, right? The fund manager love this kind of breakup. Okay, fund manager love few breakouts. Let me share with you. Okay, fund manager love weekly breakout, down biggest downtrend line breakout. So a lot of fund manager they like to use this method. Of course, you see fund manager they have to report. They must have a reason why they buy. Okay, so Genting is watch if those who aggressive trader watch this pennant is going to break up. Okay, will this price continue moving forward? Yes, probably. Now, for those who a little bit conservative, you have to wait a little bit more. Okay, wait until the price can retest back here. But again, the weakness is you might miss the bus. Okay, but my portfolio that right now among my baby bull watch is yes, Genting is I'm going to put inside that radar. Okay, right? So if we let me have a look. Kevin Chia have a question. He said, if go down, we move stop loss to break even. Yes, yes, you can. Whatever you learn from the forex market, can you apply the same to your stock market trading? Absolutely yes. Okay. This kind of stock, right? Switch. Okay, this is the thing. When you see this stock have this weird pattern, okay, like dot dot dot, like chicken pox like this, right? It's not that really healthy, right? Normally, what I share to my traders, right? Avoid this kind of stocks. Okay, avoid this kind of stock. Okay, you know that you can look, you see by a quick glance, right? You can see which stocks, there's like a disease. Like you see it, like you have to look at the previous history. If we show like a calm, like a hairy like this, I share with you guys later on which kind of stocks that when you look at the chart, you don't simply just jump and buy. So you see like this one have a lot of dot dot. How many of you can see there's a dot 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 here? This kind of stock, it means like it has a chicken box. Okay. So normally this kind of stocks, syndicate like to push and play around with this kind of stock. As a newbie here, don't trade this kind of stock first if you don't have a kind of experience. Okay. Okay, so you all learn something here. Any stock that look like have this one dot dot dot, okay, got tick like this. This is called got a little bit disease lah. It's like a chicken pox like that. So it's not that really healthy chart. Okay, I give you another one more. Okay, if you guys see this kind of chart, please, don't ever think you want to touch this kind of stock. You see like a barcode. How many of you can see? It's shot like a very hairy, like a comb hair or like a barcode kind of thing. Okay, if you look this kind of chart here, oh please, trader, do not, especially the newbie, do not touch this kind of stocks. Now, 4 years ago, I went to one convention. It's talking about the stock market, right? And during at the time, it's also I analyzed a little bit. I think 3 to 4 years ago, and then there's one lady that very rich also with a lot of money that she had 4 to 5 million to be spared. And after doing some analysis and this and that, and this lady came to me, said that you all are idiot. Why you want to learn the chart pattern, the Japanese candlestick, all this kind of thing? Nonsense. For me, I just buy the cheapest stock available in Bursa. Okay, I give you one example. Like Compute GT. You know how much is this? It's only 2 cents. This lady say, I put 1 million, it go up a little bit, I make a lot of money. You see, from 2 cents, right? You see, from 2 cents, if I say that if I put the price go to 3 cents, okay? If you buy here and then you sell here, you already have a 20% gain. Okay, you already have a 20% gain. Okay, now, yeah, even though it's a penny stocks, okay, and this lady exactly do this, but I cannot tell you which stock that she went and buy. Okay, but she said that if the price just move 100%, you see, in order for the price to move 100%, like from 2 cent to 4 cent, ayo, very easy, ma. Okay, get 100%. So no need lah to learn all the fundamental technical. And then after the few weeks, the lady went buy stock that almost similar shape like this. And I tell to that lady, I said that look, from the look from your chart alone like this, I say don't, you cannot buy. How come you know? See, we have a lot of mentors. They already observed this market for the past 30 years. One simple idea can save you a lot of money. And I think that she lose more than half millions already. She went in and buy, she pushed the price up high, all the syndicates selling a lot to her. End up she stuck until today in that stocks. I do not know whether she still buy or sell, but the stock have this similar kind of pattern. You can buy, you do not know when to sell. Okay, you can stuck something like this. So this kind of stock, please put under your in your book any stocks that have this kind of movement, or please avoid this kind of stock, especially you're a newbie. Okay, you'll learn something here. Okay, I think there's one more stock if I'm not mistaken. Okay, there's a few stocks that I always remind my traders. Okay, all right, now, okay, so you see, if I show you guys like this, how many of you can see there's a hole and the dash 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 like this? Okay, how many of you can see this? Right? I see here. Thank poor trader says, sir, her right, egoism. Yeah, yeah. You see, sometimes when you see, sometimes I do not know when a person that is too much egoistic and too much prideful and don't want to learn, I see that they always lose a lot of money. They're risking too much of their ego. Guys, I'm not kidding with you guys. I've seen one trader also meeting me up. She just finished joining one big company, and he's retiring, and he have about 2 million just to spare to have fun, and he have a very high ego. Don't want to learn. He use his own style. He say, I'm a director of company before this. I'm a big boss. Why I want to learn all these things? I do my own style. And just 1 week he lose 200,000. I mean, look, sometimes um need to open up your mind. You see, sometimes some of you maybe not moving to the next level. It's because you say that you know everything already. You see, this is the problem. The moment you say that I know everything, this one also I know, this one also I know, this one also I know. Since you know everything, that's the reason your mind cannot relearn again. When your mind cannot relearn again, you're still stuck in the same process again and again. So that's why. Now, here, the stocks that have this kind of dash, 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 okay? I'm telling you this case is because this case really happened to one of my students. He have a lot of money, okay, for his retirement. So he have a spare about 500,000. I really remember this kind of story. And he said, sir, I would like to buy this stock Adventa because this Top Glove, I would like to buy this company. They have a very good fundamental, this. So I said, okay, that's what the rumors that you learn, you listen. So let me have a look at the chart. So and then I look at this. I say, oh, this kind of stocks has a chicken pox, has a disease. And he asked me, I say, what do you mean with that, sir? I say, the moment you see like this, that means that there's a really lack of interest of this kind of stock. Okay. And then I said that you need to be very careful. He said that, okay, I'll be very careful for this. And then suddenly the price moved up high. You know what? He says, sir, I am right. The price going up high. Okay. Now, why I share with you guys this? This is the reason. When the price going up high like this, he enters somewhere around here at the opening price, around 83 cents. So he purchased. And then I said that, why you buy? He said that some syndicate want to push that, sir. I say they push up only 2 days. And look what happened. Look what happened. How many of you can tell me? The price go down more than half of it. Okay? You see, sometimes one little advice, it can save you a lot of money. You guys can see here, right? You see, during this period of time, I told him, I say, please, this kind of stock still do not have healthy movement yet. When you see something like this, really chincai lah. They buy and sell, this is not healthy movement. When you see the price is too close to one another. Okay, something like this is too close like this. This is not really healthy. Okay, so he cut loss, and since then he never speak to me again. And I said that because of he have too much high ego, and he really want to prove me I'm wrong. I don't need anybody to prove me I'm wrong. Okay, because I'm not saying that I'm ego or whatsoever. I may be wrong also. I accept when I'm wrong. But I'm telling him during that time is I have an experience. I ever also get this kind of stock and I kena. I'm helping him out to not to repeat my mistake. Okay, and then the price shoot up high, and I told him that please, this kind of stock, and then he says, sir, if I buy, the reason I also want to buy is because I want to prove you're wrong. I say, okay, if you prove me wrong and you make money, I'm fine with that. I'm glad. If I'm wrong and you make money, I don't mind. But right now, his case is he's not making money, because I told him this kind of trade have a lot of risks. And during that time, I think he cut about 40 to 50%. And he's very, very angry. I'm not sure whether he's angry to me or maybe he's angry to himself. But I did text to him. Okay, his age about coming to 73 years old. Even though he's a little bit senior, I talked very nice to him. I said, this kind of stuff you have to be very, very cautious and very careful. And he mentioned to me, say, sir, I'm just gonna go in. What if you are wrong, sir? I say, I don't mind. I don't mind if I'm wrong. I'm glad if I'm wrong, as long you're making money. But I'm telling you, you already expose yourself with the risk. And you know what? You know why suddenly the prices go down here? Because a big company, I believe it's Top Glove, mentioned that Advanta have a fraud in their account. They're not telling the truth. Zoom! Suddenly the price just dive down. Okay? Two things here. Whenever time I see this kind of stock, I have a lot of dash like this, like this. It's not healthy. But I only will change my mind when I see that for a period of like 6 months, the price start to have a beautiful kind of movement like this. Okay, then only I will consider that this chart right here at least already start to have a normal trading. Okay, but during this time right here, I check the amount of history. I say, please, don't touch this kind of stocks. Okay, do not ever touch this kind of stock. Right. So I hope you guys learn something here. Sometimes even like just two or three pieces of advice. Do you know that you can save like 50,000 or 100,000 even if you see like this lady have so many million to lose? But one or two advice can save you like 500,000. Don't you think that this advice is really, really good for you all? Right. Thank Pro Trader say trading is a mindset. You say, yep. Richard say living at the penthouse. Okay. So sometimes I share to you guys, right? It's not to tell you guys that I know everything. No, no, no. I do not know a lot of things also in life. I cannot know everything, but I only have experience to share with you guys. And if this experience really help you all, why not, right? So that's why, I mean, by looking at the chart alone, this kind of knowledge is very, very important for all of us. Okay. So I hope you all learned something here. Okay. So now I'm going to continue to look at whatever the price, the stocks that I think is going to give. That's a very, very good. So give me a moment, guys. I'm looking in the chat very quick. So this is not so. Okay. This is how I do screening. Huh? So I just look for a while. Okay. It's a little bit too high. I'm sorry. Okay. Did I close it? Okay, so what you guys observe is actually I show you guys actually I want to find out stocks that potential to buy on them. Meanings that if the stock giving a very, very good place to enter, a really, really good place to have a look. So I hope I can screen. So I just want to share with you guys. Give me a moment, guys, if you don't mind. I'm doing some screening. If I see a very, very nice one, I'll share with you all right now. Still fresh right now, right? And for those who just joining me here, don't forget to share this Facebook so that your friends and family can watch us as well. You don't know, maybe some of the idea here that they can learn together as well. Okay, so guys, tell me if you guys can see my screen. I will continue doing my screening right now. So give me a few moments. You guys are watching me right now. I'm doing my fresh screening for the stocks as well. Okay, stock market and forex, these two is my favorite instrument until today. Morning I can look at the stock market, afternoon, nighttime, forex all the way, guys. Really, really awesome. Okay, so let me have a look again. So let me look at the Tasco. Okay. So nope. Okay. See, in less than 3 seconds, I already know that which stocks that I think I want to look nicely for buy on dip. Nope. Okay. See, very fast, right? Go home. Okay. Now, normally if I screen a stock, right, very important for me to look at the volume. If the volume is not more than 4,000, I'm not going to have a look already. Lots and units is very important. I need a very, very healthy volume to look. Okay. MQ rate, okay. MQ rate, this one I share with some of you already about this stock here. Okay. There's a few times that is here. Okay. So MQ rate. So for the rates, no, this is not the stocks that I'm going to watch as well. So I'm going to give you guys, if I see a very, very nice one, I'll share with you all right now. So give me a few moments. I am doing a screening with my eyes. Okay, not so. You see, guys, see. How many of you can see this kind of stock? Oh, see, just now you all learn, right? This is stock of efficient. But look at this kind of stock here. How many of you can see, like, there's a hole here, there's a dot here. It's like a mole, like tahi lalat, like this. This is called a stock that have lack of interest. Okay, so that's mean not many players would like to buy and sell this kind of stocks previously. Okay, so this kind of stock like this, I avoid it. Okay, so DKSH, let me have a look. Okay, so this is the last one, 4,000 lot. Nops. Okay, so next one, I'm going to look at my favorite screen as well. This one. Okay, so DGSB. Okay, DGSB again. So not so. DGSB I already mentioned about it. I'm going to look at another screen as well. This one. Okay, let me have this one. Harami. Second, my favorite screener. Okay, using Harami. Okay, this kind of okay, Serba Dynamic is a very, very solid company. The only thing is the price right now is still in the congested mode. Okay, stay under compression mode. Stay under compression mode, right? So this kind of stock here is still looking for, direction. But look at this trend line here, Serba Dynamic. Watch this carefully, guys. This company is pretty much fine. Okay, the only thing is this company really need a very, very good sentiment for this price to move up high. Okay, you all know that Serba Dynamic involve a lot of multi-billion companies, right? Multi-billion project. I would like to put alert somewhere around here. Okay, if I get a chance to put alert, I like to observe Serba Dynamic around 1766. Okay, 1766. Okay, I like to put alert here, 1766. Okay, 1766. If it's breaking out here, oh guys, I would like to look at the volume. So 1.76. Okay, I put this alert and it will ring directly to my phone. Okay, this kind of movement is this means that the price is still looking for the direction. Okay, but this breakout here is very important for me to have a look. And during this couple of days, right, you guys can see very clear. Serba Dynamic have two gaps. Okay, two gaps up. Okay, so it's showing that the interest of buying slowly coming in, but we need to have a strong breakout for this case. So this case right here, this is the retracement level here. We need this price to break out in this level. Okay, so Serba Dynamic is pretty much okay, but it's not my stock for buy on dip. Okay, if I got a very, very nice one, I'll let you guys know right now. Not so. Xinhua. Okay, it's a Chinese company listed in Bursa, Malaysia. Okay, let me have a look at UWC. Oh, look at this chart here. It is so beautiful. Okay, the trending is just continue moving forward. It's like no break, guys. It's just like burp. How many of you guys can see? It's not only just going up, it's continue strengthening, and they just keep on moving. Oh, this kind of stock is having a very okay. This is for me a very, very healthy movement. Any stocks that move 60-degree or 40 degrees going up is showing that this stock is really rock and roll. Okay, so even though that the price actually have uh, a little bit, we call it a bull trap, but after that the price still coming back to the support of this channel here. Okay, so a little bit too high, but again, during the market is good, right? When the market is still in a bullish sentiment, the price can go up high. Again, this price really moving in a healthy direction. So if the price touch back again in the support, yes, you can have a look. The only thing right now, my bullish harami in this corner is not so pretty. Okay, not that really great enough. Okay, so it's not my stock to buy on dim. Okay, but it's the stock for breakout, should be fine. Let me have a look. Tally work. Okay, involved in irrigations. Okay, long time ago, I used to make a very good money with this kind of stocks. Okay, but the only thing is the stock movement now is not so beautiful. Okay, let's have a look at Pentec. Pentec. Suddenly there's a strong sell here. Not that really healthy. Okay, Pentec, there's a strong selling here. That means there's something happened here in this company. So it's not my stock to watch. Johortin lately, if you guys can see here, Johortin have a very high volume, guys. Not so high, but just fine. And you guys can see here, this stock is suddenly start to going up high. Okay, go up high like this. Okay, this is a very healthy movement. Okay, yeah. So look at the long term here, Johortin. Means now the price is already have an all-time high. So what does it mean by all-time high? If the price creating all-time high or new time high, means the sky is the limit. Means what? There's no more resistance at above here. It's clean. So the price can continue go up forward. Now I have a big question from some of my students. So if we don't see any previous resistance to refer, what will be our next, reference? The answer is Fibonacci retracement. Take from the highest level here, drag it to the bottom, and there you go. You have your Fibonacci to become the resistant level here for you to have a look. That's the tips. You all learn something here. Sometimes when you look at the upper side, there's no more. It's already all-time high. Okay, the good thing is if the price is already achieving the all-time high, I gotta tell you all, it can fly as high as it can. So, Johortin, is it good to observe this stock? Yes. Watch this, and I'm gonna put this one under. It's not my baby bull. I'm going to put this one under breakout stocks. Okay, I'm going to create this one under a fresh breakout stock. Okay, fresh breakout stocks. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in Malaysian ringgit. Okay, so I'll put Johortin directly to this watch list. Okay, and this software here is so good. I can just put it in directly. Okay, so let's have a look at Sim Life. Okay, I've been trying to find a good stock for me to to buy on dip, but almost all the stock here, guys, this is normally I see. If most of the stock, I try to find a stock for buy on dip, and again, if I see that most of the stock is only show a breaking out mode, clearly that the market are technically ready to be bull already. Okay, I'm only share based on my experience here because I've seen bull market and very bear market, and look, guys, this Sim Life stocks, you look at the previous history, it ever touched almost 4 ringgit, and right now it's 63 cents. Okay, now what happened to this kind of stock here? Okay, right now it has a little rounding bottom here. You guys can see a little rounding bottom touch one time, little rounding bottom touching 2 times. Okay, and I do the resistance around here. Okay, so if we look at this price here, especially Sim Life, okay, this chart right now, okay, sorry, this chart right now is already changing the trend. Now this trend is quite healthy. It's high, low. Right. The only thing is it has a volatility. Now, will this price have the chance to go up high again? Technically, yes. The answer is yes. Okay. The only thing right now is it's supported around in this area. Okay. All right. Nicely supported. If the price can break up in this level here, 0.665 and above, so technically the price have the chance to continue break out high. So 0.6, I'm gonna put is 660. That'll be fine. Okay, equals or greater than. Okay, even though this stock pull back a little bit, but it's supported well somewhere around in this corner here. And if I do a Fibonacci retracement, okay, from this corner up to this corner here, can we consider around this zone is a very healthy rebound? The answer is yes. Okay, it is quite okay, quite nice rebound. around this level. Okay, now the price supported by the volume right now still gonna go up high. Okay, those who trading, you need to know where's your stop loss. But if they break out here, it can touch back around this level. So those who trading, right? I'm talking about if this breaking out here, what is the upper room around this side? 10%. Okay, the upper room for the short-term target here is about 10% for Sim Life. Okay, but not for my bull stock. Sorry, buy on dip stocks. Oh, this is gold ETF. Okay, no, gold ETF. I'm not going to touch this. Okay, I'm not going to touch it. Okay, now my last favorite screener here. Beside, I'm going to look at that one. I am going to look at. Sorry, I'm gonna look at hammer. Where's the hammer? Hammer, hammer, hammer. Okay, so in that case, there's no hammer here. Okay, so that showed that technically when I look at this stock right now, most of the stock right now is all in the breakout mode. Okay, most of the stock right now in the breakout mode. Okay, so this is what I see here. It's good to have a look also for Malaysian stock market. Don't rush in your learning because a lot of opportunity. You miss out. If you miss out the trading today, you always have opportunity on the next stock. Don't worry, guys. If you don't buy really at the bottom, so what? You still can buy at the middle, right? Okay, so don't rush in your learning. And if I get a chance to maybe, I need to discuss with my team because currently as you all know, I'm analyzing the stock market as well, but I spend a lot of my time as well to look at the Forex market. The reason being is Forex market is very, very high volatility. Sorry, not high volatility. I'm saying that a very, very high liquidity means like, okay, one thing about trading the stock market is, I'm not sure whether you all realize this. Okay, I'm not sure whether you all realize this. Do you know that sometimes if you have an interest to buy at certain number, okay, say for example you want to buy the stock at the price at 1 ringgit. Do you know the big frustration is sometimes when you already order your queue, you don't get the price. You maybe get a little bit expensive, or maybe you have to wait. Sometimes your queue match half, some not match. This is I'm talking about the liquidity. Okay, if it is very fast, if you buy 1 ringgit, you're supposed to get boom directly on the spot. But why you don't get it sometimes? Because the stocks have a very less liquidity. Now, same go with your selling. You already achieve at a very, very good price, right? And then you want to sell. Then you want to sell, nobody want to pick up your volume. I share with you guys one of my friend, right? I think he bought stock of Syntex. Okay. I think during at the time he have almost like 100% of profit. And during at the time he really want to sell crazy, few thousand unit at one shot he want to sell. But he look at the volume like, oh my God, if he want to sell that price, he will get a very, very bad average price. But he have no choice. All right. Now in a forex market, you have no problem with this. If you buy, you get it in 1-2 seconds. If you sell it, boom, match in less than 1-2 seconds. And that's the difference between forex and the stock market. But again, both financial instruments have advantages on its own, right? So for Malaysian trader, it's good to have both. Why? Because if you trade Malaysian stock market, it's morning. If you swing trading, you still can have a look 2-3 days. Malaysian stock market is very technical, and you don't need to be in front of your screen all the time. Forex, yes. If you're a scalper, you need to have a look at the very proper timely entry. Okay. Now, we have a question here. Okay, guys, if you have any question, right, anything about your stock, I give a 5 minutes to 10 minutes right here. Just go ahead there, type in the chat box. Whatever question you want to ask, we can discuss right now. Okay, Ang Seyang say, how about CMB? Buy or dip on 3.55. Okay, let me have a look on CMB. I've been looking at the banking stocks this couple of weeks as well. Okay, let me have a look on CMB. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Richard. 看到吗? Suddenly I speak Mandarin also. 可以吗? 看到哈? 来看一下. 来我们看一下啦. Okay, kita tengok-tengok sikit dulu. Okay, so is it considered a good stock for buy on dip? Okay, now I add a little bit. One of my favorite is stochastic 1433. So this is my stochastic, but I don't use the fast one. Malaysian one, okay lah. You use slow one, good already. Okay, slow stochastic is 1433. Okay, now normally for me buy on dip stock, right? Richard, I would like to buy on dip if and only if I see this 1423 slow stochastic is touching at the level of somewhere around here 20, means that the price giving a very, very good discount. So right now it's just stuck in the middle only like this. So if I see something like this, and you see here there's a nice long-legged doji here, likelihood that is it the price will have a technical rebound? Yes. So normally this kind of movement, if you see the stochastic is just halfway here, that means this is possible to have a breakout rather than buy on dip. Okay, rather than is really buy on dip. Okay, so this one is technically it can show us possible for a flag breakout or possible for a pennant breakout. Okay, now if we do a little bit drawing here, okay, a little bit drawing here, so from this level to this level here, okay, it look like a little bit like a mini flag here. Okay, 1 2 3 this candle combined. Okay, now it can have a breakout. Okay, now if this is a breakout, you need to look at the high of this doji here. The price really need to overcome this 367. If the price break out this level, follow with a nice volume, we can say that the short-term continuation trend is still gonna go on. So it's still not nice for you to buy on dip yet. Now for the buy on dip, the best area is around 50 and 61.8 Fibonacci level. My favorite is 61.8. Okay, because if the price touch around 61.8, plus with the stochastic touch here around oversold area around 20, I tell you that if this combination 61.8 combined with slow stochastic at oversold area around this level here, okay, I try to draw here around this area here, okay, below than 20 here, and start to rebound somewhere around this corner here. Okay, there's a rebound. Plus, I look all the Japanese candlestick like bullish harami, bullish engulfing, hammer. If all can form around here, oh, I gotta tell you that that is the nice area for you to really buy on dip. Okay, so yeah, you still remember the 5 rules of buy on dip, right? So you one of the student last time learning. So yeah, remember the 5 rules of buy on dip. That is awesome method. Okay, you can use this one for international stock as well. So you can add a little bit like moving average. Okay, so moving average of 50. Malaysia stock market, right? They really respect the 200 and EMA. Okay, exponential moving average of 20 and 50. So, but 50 is a must for buy on dip. Okay, so if you can add in 50 moving average here, see if the price, if the price touch 61.8 plus again this moving average, well, I can tell you that is a perfect setup for you to buy on dip. Okay, all right. So let me have a look here. Thank Pro Trader. Okay, Thank you already a pro trader. Your name already show you are the pro trader. So you say Ezone what website I can screening free for sector other than on broker, because on broker cannot scan the sector, and I Saham web is not so good in filter sector. You mean you mean sector by sector, right? Okay, what you see right now is I'm using Share Investor Station, brother Teng. Okay, if you say too costly, you see you cannot have all features. If you like to have free, um, because right now trading view you cannot screen as well. I'm sorry. Okay, the only based on my experience that can really screen nicely, it doesn't matter based on sector or what, is Share Investor Station. But you can start with Bursa Station, even though it's too costly. But you see, you're trading, right? Because you are trading and it's involved money. Yes, you need to spend. Okay, Bursa Station, I think like 6 months is like 600 ringgit. You can start with that one first. Okay, Share Investor, this one I purchased this one for 1 year. It's almost 2,400 if I'm not mistaken. I spent for Share Investor because the reason is I like this market scanner here. Okay, I can redesign if I have something that is on my own. I can design myself. Okay, and then this screener is you can check. Okay, based on indices, you can check also like construction, consumer. You can tell you all. One thing I like about the Share Investor is the screener. Okay, it really can help you to screen all the stock. If you want to see construction component, you can check all the stock is under construction. Okay, that's how good it is. Okay, and if you want to see the stocks involved in whatever sector lah, okay, or involved in FBM 70 or health or technology, you can check here. There's so many sector here. You can have a look. Okay, you also can check categories. Okay, whether it's a X market, in construction, okay, whether it's a bond, whether it's ETF, you like ETF, exchange traded fund, because now ETF is already in Bursa Malaysia, or you want to look at the main market here, okay, what is the main market with the health, telecommunication, you can have a look, or you can have a look at the warrants under construction, warrant energy, all here. I like it. And another thing is also for scalper, right? Scalper, they need this one, intraday market tickers. Okay, it will tick every single time. I can tell you that who are the big shark right now is pumping more money and to buy what kind of stock. So normally, if the stock that is more than 40 cents and the volume is more than 1,000 unit, it will be clicking here. It show you that, oh, there's something cooking already in this kind of stock. So if I have full cost, right, I tell you guys, right, how to do this kind of setup. Look at it. Very interesting. Okay. Right. So yeah, I will try to open up this class. I mean, for those who are really interested in, it's been my expert field, okay? Because I think in Bursa Malaysia, I personally already coach more than 2,000 plus trader and teaching more than 10,000 plus students already in stock market. They watch our show, they learn a little bit. Okay, so yeah, it's quite interesting. So thank for traders. The share investor is okay. Thank you. I tried that screening. Thank you for sharing. I'm looking to perfecting the narrow down. Yes, it's very important. You need to have screener, because if you have a screener, then only your name is very nice, because your name is already nice, right? Tang. Your name is Tang Pro Trader. So pro trader in stock market, you must have screener. As for now, I just only can see, I don't see any competition yet. But share investor have what all I need. It has the alert. Share investor have mobile apps. It can directly send it directly to your smartphone. Yes, I know some of you using KL Screener or what, but you cannot. I don't see any charting software or screener as good as Share Investor. I do have a tradingview.com as well, but that is for my online charting. But for Malaysian stock market, this one, Share Investor is good. I don't buy Bursa Station because Bursa Station is quite limited to certain things. Okay, I cannot create some custom made and many more. A lot of restriction, and Bursa Station right now still don't have apps. Okay, for your mobile phone. That's what I found out now. Okay, so I hope that I share with you some of the idea here. All right. So now it's already 10:43, guys. So thank you very much to all of you again here. So I think almost like 40 of you here, 35 to 40 of you here is watching live right here. So once again, everybody, I want to ask you first before I end my show here, at least throughout all this live show today, did you learn something? If you learned something here, is it okay just for you to type at the chat box there? At the Facebook comment, at least tell me one thing that you learned today. So you see my duty as a cegu, as a teacher, like this. I will check my student again. Okay, what did you learn today? So share with all of your friends today, at least one thing that give you at least the aha moment, or you say that, oh, at least I learned one thing. So one thing is a good progress for you. So go ahead, add the Facebook comment and type in the chat box before I end my show today, and before I give you all the blessings. All right, just share with me a list. I want to check with all of you, those who are watching me live right now. Okay, sometimes this is my duty as a chegu, as a teacher. I will check back. Okay, and I want to ask you all, because if you write down there, you will remember at least one thing that you learned. So Kevin Share say a lot. Share with me one. One you can take away for today's learning. What is it? Okay, satu benda yang at least you belajar daripada this show today. Ada satu benda you can take away. Alright, so at least about 2 to 3 students comment here. Okay, so Susan yes say thank you sir. Good learning. So type there. What do you learn today? At least one. Okay, Abdurrahman say buy on dip. Okay, very good. Who else? Who else right here? Okay, who else right here? All right. Who else learning something here more? Okay, so Zara said, yes, I learned how to do screening. Okay, don't play sikat stock. Okay, that's very, very good. Okay, so on behalf of Quant Solution and Ultimate Forex Program, I would like to say thank you very much for all of you to join here. So don't forget, if there's a notification right here, if I go live again, don't forget to click like and follow my Facebook page or my personal page right here. I'll be going live, and whatever I can share my experience to you guys, I will share with all of you. Again, for those who are interested to learn about the Ultimate Forex program and you want to trade as them, like all the traders, like all my students right here, you can visit the website I am about to send you right now. You can type this Ezone Constantine, okay, .com, okay, constantine.com/UFP to find out more how to trade Forex, okay? So Albert Bell say Fibonacci retracement tips for buy on dip. Okay, that's very good. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Have a good evening. Till then, my name is Ezone Constantine. We all keep in touch, and I see you again on my next show. Bye-bye, and take care.